Australia's history. Beside the Aborigines who already lived on the continent, Australia's history began about 1606, where the Dutch navigator Captain William Janzoon and 29 other Dutchman navigators first set foot on Australian soil. Captain William Janzoon decided to name the new discovered island New Holland. Later on, about 1788, the first fleet of British ships arrived at Botany Bay and started to establish a colony. Sadly, the new arrived people started to get in conflict with the Aborigines. The Australians and British people came with many new diseases such as smallpox and measles and influenza. Several wars broke out between the Aborigines, Dutchmen, and British. The last war between them happened 1829 to 30, where the Europeans killed approximately 40 to 60% of the Aborigines population. Since then, Australia has become a modern country where they live as a common society like the rest of the world. Population. The population of Australian back in 1606, where Captain William discovered Australia was at least 350,000. Up to around 1800, the population kept increasing, but in the 1800, because of the war between the Aborigines and Europe, the population decreased a lot. However, since World War II, the population has yet increased again, more than 23 million by 2015. That makes Australia the 12th largest population in the world.
The main religion in Australia is Christianity, with 61.14% of the population believing in some sort of the religion. The largest church in Australia is the Roman Catholic Church, with almost 40% of the population being Catholics. Christianity is by far the largest religion, with Buddhism the second largest, with just 2.46% believing in it. All of the next religions is Islam, Hinduism, Judaism, and then other religions, such as Aborigines, all hovering about 1 and 2% each. There is about a fifth of the Australia who's atheist or agnostic atheists, with almost 22.5% of the Australian population believing in it.
Like many other countries, Australia does not have an official national food, but some food experts mean that it's fish and chips, while others think it's salt and pepper squid, which is made from baby squid. While they don't have a national food, they certainly do have a national sport. Australian football, which is some sort of American football mixed with rugby, though it has some of its own rules, is a big part of their culture, even though it has not reached out to any other countries in the world. It's a sport that seems to be followed by a lot of people. You would be able to see that through video footage that they have some huge stadiums filled with people. Though they're not famous around the world through sport, they have some pretty huge musicians. For example, the 70s funk band, the Bee Gees, who made the hit Stayin' Alive, are from Australia. But not only that, AC/DC, one of the biggest rock bands of all time, formed in 1973 in Sydney, Australia.
Education in Australia. I'm going to talk about the education system in Australia. The education system in Australia is not the same as in Denmark. In Australia, they have the primary school, secondary school, and the senior secondary school. Primary school starts from the kindergarten and runs for 7 or 8 years. It depends on the child's birth, which month. Secondary school runs for 3 or 4 years, and the senior school runs for 2 years. The Australian education system is distinguished from many other countries by the Australian Qualifications Framework, also called AQF. AQF was established in 1995. The AQF has 10 levels, and it makes it easier to study at universities across Australia or across the world. All qualifications in the AQF help prepare the students for both further study and their working life. The universities in Australia are one of the finest in the world. They have more than 35,000 classes from the outside countries, and AQF make it easier for the students to study in Australia, and if they want to study in another country in the middle of their study, it wouldn't be that difficult. Denmark has many of the same subjects as in Australia, and both countries prepare their students for the life. They teach them communication skills, self-discipline, and respect themselves. The schools teach them in subjects like the environment, society, and health. All the subjects in school includes the teamwork and self-expression.
If you're like me, you find it very hard to keep your dick dry. I left my dick unprotected and it was warped out of shape in no time. I could barely recognise my own dick. Imagine that. Then I discovered Schaefer's New Zealand style dick sealant. The best way to take care of your dick in 3 easy steps. First, wash your dick with soap and water. Then, wait for your dick to dry. Once your dick is clean and dry, paint your dick with Schaefer's dick sealant. I used to be too embarrassed to invite people over to see my dick. But now, my dick's the talk of the town. I even have pictures of my dick. Check out that dick. I'm going to send this to my secretary. Barbara always loves to receive my dick pics. After all, summertime is all about spending time on your dick. I'll often have 20 to 30 people on my dick at once. That can really wear your dick out, causing dick splinters and discoloration. But with Schaefer's dick sealant, my dick stays a nice golden brown colour. Who wouldn't want a golden dick? I used to never let children anywhere near my dick. My dick was too dangerous for kids to play on. But it seems like every kid in the neighbourhood's been on my dick this summer, and they've all had a good time. My dick's over 70 years old, but it looks brand new. That's part of the reason all my neighbours are jealous of my dick. Isn't that right, Jim?
Yes, you've got a nice dick, okay?
His wife is always on my dick, begging me to know the secret of my perfect dick. If you like Schaefer's dick sealant, check out Schaefer's New Zealand style cock. I had a huge hole in my dick, but I fixed it by jamming some cock in it. You'd be surprised how many things you can fix by jamming cock into them. Have an extra large hole in your dick? Try Schaefer's African style cock. Just go to your local home improvement store and ask for the big black cock. Schaefer's New Zealand style dick sealant. Don't put it on your penis. There's also a helpful number on the back. Hi, I've got a question about my dick. Schaefer's New Zealand style... Hey, get that squirrel off my dick! He knows he's not allowed to come on my dick.